Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist at Credit Sage, and my goal is to help people learn how they can remove Wakefield and Associates from their credit report, and in many cases without paying their debt at all. So if that's you or someone you know, I'm confident that you're going to walk away from this video knowing what the next best step is to take. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't take action. You know, if for example, you know or you believe that Wakefield and Associates are actually any of the accounts on your credit report are the result of identity theft, or if they have the wrong balance after you've already paid, or any issues that are seriously affecting your life, you may be owed a settlement. Now, we work with a network of local attorneys that will work on your behalf at zero cost, win or lose, in addition to getting the accounts deleted permanently. Or, if no issues like that exist and you just want the account removed from your credit report, we can help with that too. Call us today. Our number will be in the description. So now let's go through some of the most important questions that we get about this company. And the first one I think is really important, and that is, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with Wakefield and Associates? I put this one at the top of the list for a reason, because we have a lot of callers that are terrified that this could happen. And it really makes sense, because few people are taught how credit and debt work in school. I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business. So myself included, right? Fortunately, the answer is, unless the debt is related to specifically unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So no need to worry about that whatsoever. The amount of the debt doesn't actually matter either. You could refuse to pay $1,000 or you could refuse to pay $1 million, and you will not be arrested or get jail time. Who is Wakefield and Associates, and why are they showing up at your credit report? They're referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency. And what they do is they buy debts, unpaid accounts like credit cards, for example, often for very cheap. And then they try to collect the full amount, okay? As an example, imagine that you have an unpaid card with Capital One for $1,000. Wakefield and Associates could come along and buy that debt from Capital One for just $100. But now they don't try to collect that amount. They try to collect the full $1,000 from you, which gives them a 10x return on their investment, right? So, these companies can make a lot of money doing just that. Damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is a primary strategy they have to get you to pay. However, what many people don't know is that paying a debt on your credit report does not remove the account that's attached to it, okay? That account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score that whole time, all right, whether it's paid or not. So a lot of time, paying isn't actually in your best interest, and it could just be a waste of money. Now, in rare cases, paying debt can even hurt your score further. Now, in addition to credit reporting, they may send scary letters. They may call a lot. They may even call family members and colleagues. And I want to mention here too, if a collector has ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, you may be owed a lawsuit. So again, that's another case where you'd want to give us a call so we can connect you with a local specialist that will take action quickly. Okay, another question I have here is, should you negotiate a settlement with Wakefield and Associates? So settling your debt with Wakefield and Associates depends on your goal, okay? Typically, if you're wanting to improve your credit score, I always tell people paying it isn't the best option, right? And the reason is, like we were talking about before, even if you pay the collection, it will remain on your credit report for 7 years, damaging your score that whole time. Now, instead, we always recommend working with an expert like us to review these accounts. And if certain issues exist, the accounts may be removed completely. And this is a win-win. You won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't help your score. And the negative account gets removed from your report. So it's perfect. So how do you remove Wakefield Associates from your credit report? So the Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report. Did you know that? Now, the knowledge to do that is a little bit more involved than it might seem. That's not to say that you shouldn't learn how to do it. It's good information to have, but be prepared to spend some time really understanding it. Weeks, maybe months, learning how to do it properly. However, if you'd like to hire a professional to handle it for you and ensure it's done properly the first time and save you the extra time, we're happy to take care of it. We've dealt with Wakefield and Associates accounts many times, and they regularly have issues, and we've helped numerous clients deal with those, and we'd be happy to take care of it for you as well. Another big question here is, how can you get Wakefield and Associates to stop calling you? So as I mentioned, Wakefield and Associates will be calling you. It's their attempt to collect the debt that they've purchased, which means the only reason that they're going to stop calling you is if you settle your debt with them, or you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from your report altogether. Another big question here. Will Wakefield and Associates try suing or garnishing my wages? This is always a scary thought too. Wakefield and Associates suing is unlikely. It can happen. It does happen. But, in our experience, it's rare. There are many laws around how long they can sue for, what they can do if they win, and it's a long process. However, if we're able to find certain issues with the account, they won't be able to collect at all, which is another benefit of using an expert. Well, let's see. What are my rights when dealing with Wakefield and Associates? Another great question. So you have the right to dispute any of your debt that Wakefield and Associates has purchased. Okay. Wakefield and Associates is governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, or FDCPA. And as I mentioned before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA. Now, these acts can seem very complicated, but really just know that they provide a great deal of power to the consumer if you know how to leverage them properly. But, if you don't have time to research these acts, that's not a problem. You can call us and we'll discuss your options with you. Our number, again, is in the description below. And that's it for today. Thanks so much.